Hey, didn't see you there. Knight of Heart here. Welcome back to the Homestuck Epilogues. This time we're reading Prologue 2, and that's the only reason why I'm here. Future Sammy has no other purpose but just to tell you, because I didn't stop. I just read it fully and I chopped it up like I should do with all my videos. But anyways, yeah, let's read the second fucking prologue. Stop recording. Chapter 2, I think. Or, no, this is prologue, or epilogue, prologue, or whatever this is. Wait, if we're in the prologue, then what the hell? I guess I have to read everything. When you arrive at Rose's apartment, you find her asleep on the couch. You slide to the balcony. Excuse me. You slide to the balcony door open quietly. Rose? Her eyes flutter open. She looks like a ghost, and not the kind of ghost that acts exactly like an alive person. How long have I been sleeping? I don't know. I just got here. Are you okay? That's not how he would sound, but I'll be fine. That looks like a lot of pills you're taking there. Yeah, it's not what you're thinking, though. What am I thinking? These are controlled substances that have been prescribed by a legitimate doctor to ease the symptoms of my condition. I'm using them only as instructed. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about. But you said you have a condition, isn't it? Isn't that bad? Isn't that? What the fuck? Isn't that bad? Question mark. Whatever. You watch her rise in stages. Her arms tremble where she branches onto the couch. Oh yes, the condition itself is not ideal, obviously, and perhaps it does constitute something to worry about in the context of a different conversation. All I'm trying to say is that I'm not backsliding, if that's what you're wondering. You spent several pregnant moments saying nothing all in response to this. You examine Rose's supine, languid form on the couch, optimistic that she will continue speaking any moment now. I struggled with substance abuse for a while years ago, remember? Rose, Jesus, I wasn't going to accuse you of being a drug addict. I didn't fly over to give you an intervention. It sounds like you had some important stuff to tell me, and the fact that you also seem to sick is is more than a little alarming. I wouldn't say I'm sick. I just have spectacular, debilitating headaches as a result of my visions becoming more frequent. Oh yeah. What are these visions you're having? I'm a seer light, John. I know. So you mean like your standard psychic visions about the future and stuff? What's gonna happen? Should we be worried? It doesn't technically pertain to the future. Well, not our future. My abilities have broadened considerably beyond their previous horizon. Oh geez, so are they getting stronger? Like just gradually or something? They shed light on many unseen events, past, present, future, and realities and frames of references that have no intersection with ours at all. The fuck? Yeah, so are they getting stronger? It seems to be an unfortunate side effect of God tier abilities. They can advance at a rate beyond one's physical abilities to keep up with. Oh jeez. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be happening anymore other than me. Oh damn, fuck. Alright, I haven't read this before. This is really all new. Alright, I'm not having. And it looks like Rose, you'll get better, alright? I'm gonna put you up with your friends. You'll get better, alright? Okay, alright. I was holding that for a little bit too long, you know? Sorry. Yeah, I can't say I've noticed anything like that, or improvement into my powers for that matter. It's not about gaining additional powers so much as the gradual dissolving of the boundaries between your own awareness that your many doomed selves who perished in other timelines. It's a slow and apparent, rather uncomfortable accretion of knowledge. Perhaps I'm the only one that should notice any change, since my aspect explicitly relates to knowledge. I guess that's all makes sense. So what are these visions showing you? Many things. They're quite disjointed and sometimes hard to rearrange into coherence. But in totality, I have pieced together a greater understanding of our present situation and all the events led us here. You watch Rose stagger to her feet across the apartment. I'm scared. It's just... I hope my girl will be okay. The kitchenette? Okay, that's interesting. She knocks back another pill with a practical motion. No water. Her vacant stare drills into a countertop as she quietly waits for the medication to take effect. Oh, god damn. And what? Jeez. What about our situation that you wanted to tell me? Is it bad? Good and bad are words that don't mean anything, and beyond a certain threshold of moral consideration. There are different scales I've come to understand. Another just whatever that's less emotional, I guess. Considering instead of the word good, using the word essential. What exists at the opposite polarity of essential is something that is best not contemplated. Oh jeez. What are you talking about? This sounds fucked up. Yeah, it kind of does. She's using words that are like, yes, that sounds like a reaction you would definitely have to to the things I'm telling you. I really should cut it out and just start from the beginning. You follow Rose to the balcony. She raises a hand and points directly into the clear blue sky. She points with purpose, as if to say there, right there precisely where the green sun would be if it still existed. The green sun is gone. What? It has been destroyed, at least from the current frame of reference it has. It still existed, and therefore, in a way that's hard to explain, currently exists over a nearby infinite span of time, presiding over the birth and death of countless universes. But this universe, our universe, is not one of them. Okay, yeah, you're right. You saw this in a vision? No, Jade told me. She did? How does she know? She can't draw from its power anymore. She no longer has the ability of the First Guardian. It's been this way for several years. I suspect she has kept this fact from down low, however. Why would she? I think it would make... I kind of figured that. Like, the green sun got sucked in a freaking black hole. Like, why would she be able to draw power from it? Especially when she won the game. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that's surprising? Yeah, I guess. That's what I'm saying. I don't... Okay. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's not like she tells me a whole lot these days. Oh, maybe he's almost surprising because she kept it on the down low. I'm thinking John's talking about what I'm talking about. I'm wrong. Alright. It's also not like she had any particular... Okay, well, I'm talking in John's voice. It's also not like she... Well, I mean, I'm not really switching voices. I'm trying, but it's really whatever. It's also not like she had any particular need to unleash the full fury of the green sun. Not while she has been gallivanting around with Dave and Karkat under whatever perplexing social arrangement they have settled on. What? What do you mean? What do you mean social arrangement? Wait, so Jade, so what? Wait, so Dave and Karkat and Jade are oh. Okay, well, kill him. Yeah. Anyways, her account of the sun's destruction syncs up with the data supply of my visions. I have no doubt it's gone. How did that happen? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter much. Oh yeah, I forgot that they wouldn't even know this would happen. Except for, I mean, Jade would know. I don't even fucking know. Whatever. For our purposes. There was a cataclysmic event, a suicidal strike by a very powerful being, much like the one Dave and I attempted once upon a time. But it turned out the explosive force we released was only a catalyst, a casual gesture. What we needed was to destroy the sun. What we needed to destroy the sun was a consumptuous assault. Yeah, a consumptive? Like what? A consumptive? Yeah, consumptive. I'm saying it right. The entire sun was swallowed up by a supermassive black hole. I digress, though. You press your eyes shut for just a moment. Behind them, you see a black hole so supermassive that it spans within the eternity. Ah, shit. You quickly open up your eyes and pretend to forget what you just saw. There's really no route, though, to this expositionary garden path that we are... Damn it, Rose, stop talking so nice, alright? We adequately cushioned you from the bottom line, John. You will need to travel back into the canon and defeat Lord English. What? So Orgland is not gone? What? Excuse me? Well, but isn't that what they did, though? Or here we go. I'm not remembering shit, but whatever. There's really no route through this expositionary garden path that will... Yeah, whatever. You will need to travel back into the canon to defeat Lord English. You... Shrug and try not to look casual. Or shrug and try to look casual. You pull off the most casual shrug the guy has ever shrugged when being presented with the inevitability of his own fate. If Rose were looking at you right now, she would be totally convinced that you're approaching this topic with a level of whatever that is entirely plausible and genuine. You're sure of it. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna come up again someday. I'm sure we all did. That is, even though us without visions. Yeah, basically. I was doing my best not to think about it. I guess we can't put it off any longer then. Now is the time. We are rapidly approaching the point of no return. If this decision isn't made soon, it will be too late. The issue will be no longer a matter. When exactly is the point of no return? Oh shit, today. Damn. Wow. Okay then. First, one question. Why? Why what? Why do I need to go back and beat him? I mean, sorry if this is a stupid question. I guess he's a huge awful monster that just what you're supposed to do with the huge awful monsters. You take them down for their crimes and such. But why does he actually need to be defeated and all? To be honest, it's been years since we've even bothered thinking about any of this. And everything seems... You take a look around to survey the current status of all life on the Earth, which is totally possible to do at a vantage point from a single apartment balcony. Fine? Question mark. Of course everything's fine here. We're outside of the canon now. Yeah, I know. What does that actually mean though? Are you saying that this isn't really happening? Of course it's happening. Just because certain events take place outside the canon, it doesn't mean those events are non-canon. Oh. In other words, there is an important distinction between events which can be considered occurring outside canon, and those which are not canon at all. Oh, haha, okay, yeah, I get it, yeah. It's like, oh, this is outside the canon, this is just not canon. Like, oh, wait, we're outside the, yeah, okay, alright, wordplay, whatever. The day we went through the door, we claimed our reward. We passed through a threshold between the continua marked by differing degrees of relevance, truth, and essentiality. Those are the three pillars of canon. Relevance, truth, and essentiality. What? What the fuck, Andrew Hussey? What have you been... You see... Oh, God, Homestuck. Good job. Rose shoots an irritated look. You know what that means. It's reserved for that sort of bozo who just said what once too often. Any event said to take place inside the canon will have non-zero value of relevance and essentiality, which maintaining an absolute foundation in truth by definition. Whereas events outside the canon have diminished value of relevance and essentiality, or for the most part can be considered neither relevant nor essential at all. But such events can't be said to be untrue either. Instead, it's better to regard their truth value as highly conditional. Are you still following? You say, oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, totally. So to be clear, everything that takes place here on Earth C, since we exit the canon, can be considered completely irrelevant, and for the most part absolutely inessential. Yet none of it can be called untrue, at least up until precisely today. Okay, then what does non-canon mean? Events that are formally non-canon have no truth whatsoever by definition. They may have relevant and essentiality values that are non-zero or even quite high, but only for projections as long as imaginary. But only as projections along an imaginary axis, resulting in highly subjective frames of reference. You stop explaining shit so correctly. I hate you. But due to the events having no truth, thus carrying on no real weight, the other properties are basically rendering meaningless. Oh man, it's like I'm keeping up, but I'm kind of like I'm barely. Like I really like basically when she was talking right here, I'm like, what are you talking about? But then I'm keeping up with what's being said. Like, I don't. It's all like it's interesting, like just the amount of thought and stuff. I feel like people need to think this, type this stuff, because I don't see people talk like this or type stories like this. It's like Andrew Hussey and Toby Fox are cousins. This is like how canon works in Homestuck. It's like how the video. I don't know. I don't know why I'm bringing up Undertale. Whatever. I need to beat Deltarune, but let's just get back to the story. Let's go. You can feel your eyes go wide as the gears in your head slow to a stop. The implications of what Rose are saying is vast, and they're completely incomprehensible. Your mind has just been blown. John, are you okay? Your pupils have gone quite wide. Thereby, the appearance of your mind has just been blown. Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. You of all people really should have. Yeah, I know, he should have good intuition grasp over these concepts already. And the guy was jumping to the freaking timelines and stuff. You're the one with the retcon powers after all. I know, like, I mostly get it, I think. I just wouldn't have thought to put all of this retcon powers. I put all of this in such a jargon whatever way. I don't know why I never thought of it as retcon powers. Like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I didn't think it wasn't retcon, but whatever. Sorry, that's that's kind of what I do. It's fine. I'm just a bit rusty is all. I feel like it's been so long since I did or even thought about anything that mattered at all. Yeah, the longer we live outside the canon, the more tenuous our relationship with canon becomes. Hence the urgency. Oh, so this is the last day they can care? Like, after this day, they're just gonna be like, oh, well, okay, well. And then what's gonna happen, though? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't understand what's gonna happen. That, like, I don't... Yeah, like, then what's gonna happen if we keep dragging our feet? I mentioned that the event outside the canon has true values that tend to be conditional, remember? Well, I did. But let me put it in another way. As long as we live outside the canon, everything that happens will technically be real, but only conditionally. There are certain crucial events inside the canon which must happen in order to continue to prop up the legitimacy of events here on Earth C. You specifically, John, you have responsibility to make sure those events take place. And I take it that means going back and killing Lord English? Yes. His defeat is the keystone to this entire continuity, much like his life in some sick way, governed overall design of the bridge which the keystone was holding up. But without it, all of this falls apart. Everything that we've been through in a way is impossible for a single mind to fully comprehend. It becomes retroactively discredited. So, reality will be destroyed or something? Hasn't that already sort of happened? I mean, with all the black space started cracking? No, this consequence isn't physical or even disruption of the timeline. It's more of a conceptual unraveling. If you missed a chance to authenticate canon events, something will take place that is a bit difficult to describe, but I've encountered a term for it. It's called a disposition. Yeah, a disposition, yeah. It's like a notion fading, as if something somewhere in undergoing a process of forgetting that we are. Oh, whoa, yeah. I'm gonna have to. Whew. Hold up. Let's. That is a lot. She's saying a whole bunch of bullshit right now. Okay. It's called disposition, right? A disposition, yeah, a position. All right, so it's called a disposition. Like a notional fading, as if something somewhere is undergoing a process of forgetting, and we are what's being forgotten. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. All ideas, people, and their full potentialities, possible outcomes, and their specific unfolding. All these things live inside. Yeah, they live inside a conscious frameworks. They live inside conscious frameworks. The further removed we get from the authentication, whatever, I'm not saying it right, the authentic whatever of the canon events, the less relevant they become, and they slowly fade from the consciousness framework which has kept them stable. Make a theoretical, startling expression. Oh god. Okay, so I guess we don't want that to happen, or unhappen, whatever. So I just retcon proof back to English and start brawling with the dude. Don't be ridiculous. You wouldn't last a second. You need a team. Also, you don't want to just dive headlong to battle with this hulking adult form. That would be tactically foolish, and furthermore, we would all skip over some very important steps needed to authenticate canon. Wait, like what? Dang, Rose just knows everything. God, thank God she's a seer. Like, what if, someone who won the game... Okay, so let's just think, something happened, right? And then John, all this shit just happened, and John, or some new Homestuck guy got the powers that John got. And then you just didn't have someone who just knew all this shit. And they just go, oh, damn. And then they just would have got fucked. Like, they won the game, but what the hell is this? I guess all the stuff they went through to win the game is catching up to them. I don't know. It's sewing up loose ends. I don't know. This is basically what it is, I guess. I mentioned that Lord English's defeat was the keystone to the continuity, but this is an oversimplification. Yikes. We sure as fuck wouldn't want to simplify anything. John, please don't be a bitch. I'm unwell, remember? Sorry. The true keystone, which is a necessary component to his defeat, is the Juju, the hell-shaped object you stuck your hand in to gain your retcon powers. Oh yeah. While empty, it resembles a gap, like a hole in the cannon, whose only purpose is to be filled. In serving that purpose, it grants one with the radical cannon-altering powers that would be needed to fill it. Once filled, it becomes solid, no longer a gap, but a serviceable load-bearing wedge to our continuity, like a keystone. And once delivered to English, once delivered to English and directed its way, it emptied itself again, releasing its narrative bridging payload. It functions as a weapon in some manner, will bring about his demise. In some manner. Yeah, wait, so it emptied itself? It emptied itself again, releasing its narrative bridging payload. It functions as a weapon, and in some, okay, that's how? In some manner. It's a complicated artifact, as old as unfathomable as anything in Paradox space, like the Green Sun or English himself. Don't worry about it for now. The important thing is that in due course of your travels, you end up loading and unloading this weapon. How am I gonna do that? Well, once you set things in motion, it should just happen naturally through the narrative momentum of your journey. I'm just really warning you about it, rather than instructing you. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. But it's like Rose is telling him the information he needs to know, and then he's just gonna do it. Because without Rose saying, I don't know, yeah, whatever. Let's go read canon. Rose looks at her phone. You recognize the Kanai's distinct typing style in the window. Rose's thumbs begin to fly across the keypad. She continues to text him as she talks. So, if we're gonna go back and killing him in time and to authenticate canon, I guess we have to get going this soon. Like today? Yes. Are you sure you actually are up for a fight though? No offense, but you're looking a little worse for wear. I'm not going. Oh, none of us are. Only you. Oh, well, what? But you said, John. This is the victory state. What the hell does this even mean? We went through the door and passed beyond the threshold of the canon. We effectively retired from bearing any responsibility for influencing the canon events. We've all been sorted out and decommissioned as active players on the cosmic stage, with severely diminished relevant attributes. All of this except you, of course, since you've retained your retcon abilities. Oh, I get that, kinda, but could you have all just come along anyway? We could, but it wouldn't serve any purpose. It wouldn't plug up the remaining dark spots in the canon. You needed a group of active players. Whoa, wait, so what? So, okay, so he's probably gonna have to go. Okay, well, let me just keep reading. Those who still stuck inside the stream of the canonic karma. So, Verska, she's just still in there. Aradia's in there. Solix is still in there. Dave Petta is in there. Who? Nothing too extravagant, just different versions of us. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. Younger versions, from a particular dysfunctional impasse of our journey. I can point out the exact moment in the canon you should be disrupting, and how you should disrupt it. In fact, I've already written it down to spare you the trouble of remembering. Rose leads back inside and retrieves a letter from her desk. Handing it over, she types, still typing one-handed on her phone. She sits down and you read the letter. Huh? Is anything confusing about my instructions? No, I just remember all this. It shouldn't be a problem. It's just weird to think about revisiting it. What? I mean, okay, so is it just like John already did it already because he's already existing, and the fact that he's already existing, that means he already did it, but the fact that we're reading that he's actually doing it now, so when he's reading the letter, it's like he's... Never mind. I'm going in too deep or whatever. No, I remember all this. It shouldn't be a problem. It's just weird to think about revisiting all this. It seems like an eternity, like we were all completely different people back then. I assure you we're still... Yeah, sorry, I was on some other shit. I thought John was remembering the entire letter that Rose wrote. So I'm just like, okay, so he's remembering that he did this, so it's just pretty cool. It's just he has to do it. I thought it was like some weird time shit. But no, he's just talking about the exact moment that Rose put inside the letter. Yeah, I was right. I was thinking too much into it, basically. I was right. I assure you I'm right here. I assure you we're all still fundamentally the same bunch of losers. Rose is ultimately right about that. The way she's about most things. You continue to scan the letter and grimace slightly. Should I really punch her in the face? I feel kind of bad about it. Last time I did that to someone. Oh yeah. Yes, you absolutely should. You must punch her in the face. You exhale and turn the paper over in your hands. The other side is blank. You flip it back over, having a full process of it. Jesus Christ. Let's start over, right? All right, let's just do a little bit of redo. All right. You exhale and turn the paper over in your hands. The other side is blank. You flip it back over, having fully processed the instructions drafted into the polished purple handwriting. You like how Rose still writes in purple after all these years. Some things never change. As for Chuck Awesome, yeah. If you guys know that reference, hopefully you can write down in the comments. If you don't, well, I guess you missed something. You missed out on something cool. Or maybe you didn't, and I saved you the trouble of sparing your mind. Alright, this seems straightforward enough. I mean, aside from the part where we all have to fight the invincible monster. He isn't entirely invincible. He'll be vulnerable to Dave's weapon. I believe other than the Gambit should present themselves as well. I don't think it would serve the mission well for me to tell you exactly how it will go. But at least I can offer you this bit of encouragement. If you follow my instructions, English will be defeated. It is an absolute essential outcome. And essential, if you remember, is the word we should be using instead of good. Yeah, okay. I see what you're advising me go after him. He's young, and I guess that makes sense. Go get him before he gets all big and strong. Like, kind of like a surprise attack? Yeah, sure. That dude sucks. He was taunting me a while back. I think he wants me to come fight him. Anyways, I just ignored him obviously because I'm not a stupid idiot, but I guess today will be his lucky day. You take a seat next to Rose on the couch. Examine your friend. Her eyes close and her hands are folded up in her lap. She's not asleep, but she looks wasted. Like all the life of her has been sucked out through a straw. Like she's she's insubstantial, whatever. That. Insubstantial. Okay. When you were kids, you always thought that Rosa Lawn had all the answers, but she could fix any problem with a wall of text and a witty rejoinder. Okay, not jointer, a joinder. You guess that much about her hasn't changed. She still is trying to solve the problem you left all behind. You can't believe how sick she looks. How did this all happen? I guess I should probably get going and let her rest. We can't talk about it when we can talk about it. Oh, whoa! I'm talking about it as if we were the narrator. Okay, I should probably get going and let you rest. We can talk about all this when we get back. I'll fill you in on how it went. Hopefully, you'll be feeling better by then. Okay, she said, okay. Excuse me? I'm gonna grab... She said, oh yeah, I'm okay. She says, oh yeah, I'm okay. So I'm gonna grab Rose, and good luck, because I don't want to find out that she's dead when John gets back, because that'll be stupid. Or something. Okay. Is something wrong? Yeah, is something wrong, Rose? Rose opens her eyes and looks at you, but she says nothing, just looks. I'm not scared, if that's what you're worried about. You've already said that you were gonna defeat him, so nothing to fret over, right? Yes, Something flickers through her eyes, almost too quickly to catch. When she smiles at you, it's warm and sinister. You're gonna do great. Is she okay? I'm scared. Oh no. Okay. I gotta hold them both. Okay, I gotta hold them both. We got John here. All right. I gotta hold them both. All right. You're gonna do great. Rose slides her arm around you. After a while, she releases you from the embrace and gets up to fetch her bottle of pills. What do you mean goodbye, John? What? She pauses at the bedroom door and looks at you for one more time. Like, what do you... Stop it. The words are insinuating as if you're not going to talk ever again. Goodbye, John. She closes the door behind her. Look at the letter. You run your thumb along the edge of the paper. Is this really it? One hug from Rose and you're off to face your destiny? The instructions of the letter are clear, but you aren't sure precisely what to do next. Inertia and indecision keep your feet planted firmly on the carpet. Then, as if directly answering your quandary, whatever, your phone buzzes in your pocket. It's a text from Roxy. Yes. Roxygen. Do the whiskey thing. Let's go. My OTP. Read text. It sounds something important. You get up and go without even thinking about it. You exit through the sliding glass door and leave it open behind you. Alright. I hope hope these guys... Yeah, let me just... Sorry. Just put these. Jim's put... Okay, whatever. Alright, let's go to the next page. Oh,